So listen, we have some exciting news.
So do we.
We're getting married! Christmas Day at River Bottoms Ranch.
Oh boy, here we go again. Our weddings are in 2 weeks. You're gonna reconcile all of the silliness by then. You're going on a trip together for your bachelor party.
Let the adventures begin.
Kirk Groomzillas. Yes!
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Brotherly Love Pod. Little pod to pod. Matt sniffing
Yummy.
candles. What else is new? Very special guest, everybody.
Yeah.
Very special guest, and my good friend, Brooke Anne Smith. Welcome to the pod.
Thanks,
And
guys.
she was the lead in our movie.
Yes, Merry Christmas, which is out on all platforms.
Yes.
It's our Christmas
little
movie.
holiday Christmas extravaganza.
Yeah, kind of a semi-sequel to a movie we did a few years ago
it's true.
called Mistletoe Mix-Up that ended up doing really well. You guys really enjoyed that film, which was obviously, made us very happy. And so it enabled us to kind of make a sort of pseudo-sequel to
Enabled us.
that. Enabled us. That's what I
Yeah,
said.
a little diction there, Joe.
What did I said enabled
Just
us.
diction.
Is that like when a parent enables a child to
No.
do bad behavior?
Actually, yeah.
It
Same type of
enabled.
thing?
It enabled us. It allowed us.
That's an enabler.
It gave us a
well,
pathway.
without the first one, maybe the second one wouldn't have existed.
Exactly
So
It's
I'm
true.
grateful
Right.
for the first one.
That's right.
That's
That's
very
right.
true.
That's a
welcome
very
to
good
the
point.
studio.
This
Thanks
is
so much for
our...
being here.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
It's
of
so great
course.
to see you guys again.
I know.
I know. It's been we were just saying, you make these movies and then all this stuff happens. You got to put them together and you got to find the right place for them. You got to get them out. Like almost 2 years.
I
Because we
know,
made
that's
this movie.
That's
insane.
creepy.
Yeah,
2
that's...
years, guys.
I don't know if we're telling people that, but they know now.
Yeah, 2
We
years.
just made this movie.
no.
We made
It's a
this movie
brand
2
spanking
months
new
ago.
It's a
flick.
brand. Hey, wait a minute.
Hot
Time,
off the
time
press.
flies.
There are movies.
Time
No,
flies.
people know you when you make a movie. It doesn't come out like the
No,
moment you
of
make
course
it.
not.
Yeah,
Comes
I
out
mean,
instantly now.
instantly. Right.
We live in a
right.
day of immediate gratification.
No,
We don't
No,
take
doesn't.
we don't skip a beat.
Well, it probably could have without the strike.
That's right.
That's
true.
That's right. You're
Yeah.
right. That's
Things,
good.
put...
But everything happens for a reason,
Mhm.
and it came out now, and it's a lot
The
of fun.
time is right.
Time is right.
That's right.
And
And timing is everything.
It is everything, and all good things are
well,
worth
it is
waiting
the holidays, so and it's a
Right.
holiday
The
movie.
time is
for. It's a
right.
holiday flick. I'm actually really, honestly,
Simply having
made-
a wonderful Christmas
oh,
time.
that's a good one.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The moon is
What is,
bright.
what is that from?
Paul McCartney.
Oh,
The time is right.
is that an original?
Yes.
Wow.
Of course,
That-
it's Paul McCartney.
There was like 2 80s Christmas songs. It was that
Yeah.
one
Is that an original?
and Wham.
Paul McCartney
and
cover
Last
that
Christmas.
one.
Sort of dominated the 80s. It's like 2 original Christmas songs. They're very 80s.
What about I feel it in my fingers?
No, that's
I
from
feel
Love
it
Actually.
in. No, it's not an actual. That's an actual song. Feel it in my toes. That was a song before that.
Now
movie.
all these
Oh,
songs are going to be stuck in my
Christmas
head
is all
forever.
around me, and so the feeling
Grows.
grows.
Wait, is that really a song, Ann?
It really was a song, and then they reused it in that movie. And don't get me wrong, that version of it is brilliant. Like that, Love Actually version.
that
is,
guy who sang the song?
Oh
my
So
God.
funny. It's written
That
in
movie-
your finger.
Okay, can we just talk about Love Actually for a second?
And so,
That scene.
We're not talking
the
about Love
actress,
Actually.
when
We're
she
talking about our
portrays-
movie.
Who played Alan Rickman's wife in that?
Oh.
she's amazing.
R.I.P. Alan Rickman.
Oh,
So just the best, man. What a
I
treasure.
know.
God, what a treasure.
What was she was amazing. She's married.
When
I
she
think,
finds the
in real
necklace,
life.
you mean, and doesn't get the one in the
And that
the way she
that
realizes.
song.
It's Joni Mitchell. It's Joni Mitchell.
And she like
It's Joni
the way
Mitchell's
she
remake,
fixes
yeah,
the
of her own
quilt
song.
to stop her from crying,
Yeah.
and then gets herself together again to go back out into the family holiday when she just found a necklace that clearly wasn't for her from her husband.
Yeah.
That way.
Dude,
That
impacted
is-
me.
that is a-
That hit me so hard.
Yeah, that's a very.
I still to this day it's hard for me to watch that scene.
Yeah, that's a very sombering Christmas film. Feel good but sombering. Ours is a rom-com like ruckus adventure movie
true.
that is much lighter in nature.
But I was going to say that's one thing I love about our movie is that it does have a lot of heart.
A lot
Oh,
of
yeah,
heart.
it's
You know,
really great.
sometimes Christmas movies can be a little heavy on the cheese factor with
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
not a lot of the heart, but
Yeah.
this one has so much heart
It-
in it, and I think it makes it really
It's-
special.
It really does. You're absolutely right.
I-
That's one of the things we loved about Christmas Vacation, the movie with Chevy Chase. Is that
Yes.
as broad as that
Yes.
is, there are so many really profound moments. And at the end, when he's sitting there and he's like, I did it. You know, like, you really feel that moment. And I feel like we have a couple of those in this one.
Yeah, I feel like this is a step, like the movie Step Brothers
Yes.
with Christmas Vacation mixed in.
Oh, I
so
love
if you
that.
like Step Brothers,
I
which
love
is
that.
actually one of my favorite movies of
Yes.
all
My
time.
Ours too.
as well.
And
Catalina wine mixer.
you know,
Yeah, it's
and
the
Christmas
best.
Vacation, I feel like that's kind of our movie.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah, this is it's pure joy. One of the things I was really proud of is just how fun and enjoyable the whole movie is, and it does have a lot of heart, and there's a lot of Christmas magic, but it's also just it's fun. It's a comedy. There's a lot of comedy in it, which is fun. You're still going to get the Christmas cheese, but it'll be surrounded with a lot
I
of
feel
laughs.
like we were all a lot
Bunch of deli
looser
meats.
making this.
Yeah,
one.
Bunch of rolled up deli
It's like a
meats.
Christmas hoagie. I describe this movie as a deli sandwich. You know,
Sibling
with the
rivalry at its
accoutrements.
finest.
Oh yeah, of
That's
course.
Which I really appreciate because I'm a middle child. I've got an older brother and a younger brother.
Wow.
So, I'm not.
Middle child.
Yes.
We're the best.
We are
Everybody
the
knows
it's
it.
debatable.
How eloquently put. We were fumbling around here with like a hoagie. Blah. It's really a dynamic of like brilliant. Thank you.
That's why Brooke does
We
all the
can't
talking.
speak. Yeah.
Yeah, no, sibling rivalry. Yeah.
Yes, it is eloquently put.
But I think for me, that's my sense of humor. I find it so funny. So when I watched the first one, I was like, this is hilarious. And we continue it in this movie.
Oh yeah, it's,
Yeah, I
on,
feel
it's
like-
actually
I
more.
feel like
we
we
lean
were-
into
we
it.
were-
So good.
Yeah.
I feel like we were looser in making this one, which was nice because the first one
Yes.
we were all a little tight. We're trying to figure it out. We didn't really know what it was going to be.
Yeah, I did. I stretched every morning, Joe. Every morning.
Oh, physically?
Did you?
Oh my God, this guy. I mean, really, right? It's
I didn't see him doing any yoga. I don't know. I'm gonna call him out on this.
Much
Is this on?
looser.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that
Much,
joke.
much looser.
I apologize.
And the laxatives didn't help either.
Oh God. Oof. Yeah, bad.
All I know is things were really moving, and I felt great.
Yeah, sorry. I got to throw in some
Well, we know
jokes
two people will be
sometimes.
entertained with this conversation. That's for sure. Brent and Stimpy.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
But I feel like I feel like we were a little more relaxed on set. We kind of like we were really leaning into the comedy and the humor of it, just making it. And then I feel like it mined a lot more comedy and humor out of it. And that's I was laughing. Like the first time I watched it, I actually laughed. And I never laugh at
No.
stuff that I'm in ever because you
Yeah.
just know it.
Well,
and you're
because you
like,
know it so well.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the same for me. I
Yeah.
think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so well done.
Yeah.
Whose phone?
I think it's Joe.
Is that mine?
Of course, it's Joe.
Sorry.
If I had a quarter for every time Joe's phone interrupted us.
You know, there was a really nice.
You know why it's the children? I have to keep it on. You know, so I
Yeah,
feel
that's
bad about
true.
that.
That's
Yeah,
true. We'll
I
give him
do.
a pass
But I
because
got
of
one in
that.
college, and
Yeah, you never know.
And I got one in
Everyone's children to Joe.
what? Everyone's
Everybody.
No. Oh, I got 3 beautiful daughters. I'm good. I'm good with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's why. Regardless, I digress. Anyway,
Part of the magic, I think, too, is that we filmed in such a beautiful place.
we did.
Deer Valley. So it's funny. I think like 2 years before was driving through randomly, and it was just this gorgeous pass, and I'm like, where am I? I'm in Utah, but where? I need to know where. And then I looked, and I was like, oh, Deer Valley. It's so pretty. I have to come back here, and I like manifested. I was like,
No way.
I was like, Deer Valley. Need to visit. Need to go check this out. And then I think it was like a year and a half later when we shot this, and when
Stuff works.
I was talking to Tim and everything, you guys are like, we're shooting in Deer Valley. I'm like, I know that's like the one place in Utah I do know.
That
and
is
it's
so
absolutely gorgeous.
wild.
Crazy.
Meant to be then. Meant to be.
Yeah.
You crushed it. You absolutely crushed it for us.
Oh yeah, there's a couple incredible scenes. In particular, watching it back, the one because I wasn't necessarily standing right there. The one where you walk her down the aisle.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
good.
my God.
God.
It really is really good.
Everybody
You
did
so
such
crushed
an
it.
you
Yeah.
did
That
such
little
a
scene
great
in the
job.
wings there,
That was
where
fun.
you had to pay him a little compliment, so you look nice, and
very,
he was
very
like,
good.
"All
Oh
right,
my
sis,"
gosh,
and
it
then,
was so good.
and then the
It was
wedding
good.
planner was behind you guys. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, but that moment that you
It's
took
good.
with Andy's
Really,
character
really well
was
done.
so great. It was really great.
It turned out spectacular. Yeah.
The
I'm
wedding stuff at the
super
end.
proud of this movie.
Yeah.
was
Really
really-
proud of
And
it.
I think too for Noelle because she didn't. The whole wish was just to be part of a family, right?
For
So I
sure.
think that was a big moment for her because she didn't have anyone to walk her down the aile. Am I allowed to say this? Am I giving things away?
No,
No,
you're
it's
good. No,
okay.
the movie's
Yeah.
out. You're allowed
okay.
to speak
Okay.
freely.
Great.
Yeah.
Everyone has seen it.
Yes.
Millions and millions
So
of people.
yeah,
have seen
so
it.
I think that was kind of a really heartfelt moment of just being able to now join Austin's family and have someone there. So
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah,
beautiful
super
moment.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. No, it was great. It was really great.
And fun for the audience to know that they actually let me. I don't remember the name of the bridal shop. Does anyone? Well, they actually let
We'll do a little
me.
insert.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
show
do a
the
little
bridal shop.
insert.
Yeah.
The bridal shop because they actually let me try on real
Dresses. Yeah, I remember.
and kind of feel like what one was appropriate for the character. And
Yeah,
obviously, we had to
that's
make
cool.
it different than Liz's dress.
Yeah,
but
right,
it was
right.
really fun to actually try on real wedding dresses, see what would fit, and like what I would like as Brooke, and then actually the character Noelle, like what fit and suited that. So that was a really fun.
Yeah, that's right. It had to be different than Liz. Well,
Yeah.
we were saying that she had to cover up belly because she was very pregnant during the whole
Yes,
thing.
so she
my
had her
wife
dress
yes.
Yeah.
ahead of my dress. So,
Right.
For obvious reasons. So it's
Right.
like, okay, we got to maybe no lace. So
Right.
because we're both blonde, you don't want
I
to
know.
have
You guys
be
almost look
twins.
like sisters.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
But it's that's
Yeah.
a fun dynamic.
It is.
Because brothers and then
Yeah. No, it was really cool. It was a really great experience. You can't always sort of precog like whether a cast comes together or a crew comes together, especially on something small. When you're doing little independent movies, you can't always precog if it's going to run smoothly. But you pray it does because everything is so tight. And you don't have the luxury of like tons of money to throw at things to make it better.
Well, how many
So
days did
everyone's-
we actually shoot this movie? Like 13
13?
days.
13?
13 days.
I mean,
which is a lot.
No, I mean, like it's
Yeah.
it's truly
I mean,
a miracle
yeah,
in itself.
if you
that
watch-
can actually get through it, let alone come out with some really meaningful moments and some really great scene work and like really good movie.
Totally. If
Like,
you-
Yeah,
it's
and this
really-
guy
it's
over
not easy to
here
do it.
directing and
Yeah.
acting in it. I
And
mean,
singing in it.
And
Yeah.
singing,
Singing in
like,
it.
It was a good
wow.
time. Good
recording
time.
music, putting on concerts.
Yes.
And the Christmas song that you wrote.
Yes.
So good, dude.
That's one of my favorite Christmas songs of all
Hey,
time.
thank
It's
you very
so,
much.
I think last
Thanks.
year I was like, hey, Andy, can you send me that song? Because I
Yeah.
wanted to share it with my mom because it's such a beautiful, like,
Thanks.
It's
ever
coming
send
out
it?
I
everywhere.
hope so.
Christmas
I better
song.
have.
It's
Yeah.
coming out
I
everywhere.
sent
Did you send it
right?
to you?
sure you did.
Wait, did I not send it to you?
It's okay. You can do it this
my
year.
God.
You know what?
I
It's
knew it.
okay.
See, I knew.
What?
I knew. I just
It's
know
okay.
Andy.
Wow.
And I was like,
party
he didn't send
You
it.
missed
foul.
it. It's okay.
He didn't
I'm
send it.
sending it right now.
Boo.
Which one do you want? The one that we sing in the end of the movie?
Yes.
Yes.
It's so good.
It's so good, right?
So good.
Sorry,
It's
Brooke.
that song's gonna
I'm
be coming
sorry,
out.
Brooke.
Yeah,
song
and
will be
everybody,
available.
it's gonna knock
Yeah.
Mariah Carey off the charts.
I
I'm
think
telling
so, too.
I'm
There you
telling
go.
It's
We're
gonna knock
gonna-
her spot.
We're gonna
yeah.
put it.
I mean, how many times do you listen to Mariah Carey's song? Really? Yeah, like a billion. No, but
No,
but
it
it's-
is.
but it is a
has
great song.
It has a great.
the way the
hook.
movie
It's
ends
so
is
good.
fantastic. Everybody
Yeah.
dancing.
We were talking
everybody
about how
enjoying each
that wedding was like a real wedding. We basically had one
Yeah.
day to shoot an entire wedding and all the
I know
prep.
when I got ready,
I
like
know.
hair and makeup,
I
like
know.
you would
Yeah.
for a wedding.
Yeah,
and
it was
I
kind of
know.
fun.
tried on my dress. Like it was
other.
amazing.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it makes it easy to act because you're like, wow,
Right?
I'm really just.
It sort of
at a
feels
wedding.
like it, doesn't it?
It
Yeah.
did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
For
really
sure.
cool. It was
Very,
really cool.
very,
It was
very
really
fun.
fun. Really, I remember when we were up on those you guys were up in the ski lifts. It was freezing. Remember that?
Oh my
It was
goodness.
freezing. Literally
That was the
freezing.
other movie.
No,
Joe.
I'm saying when you guys were up on the top of the mountain.
Joe is really
hold on a minute.
cross-pollinating.
When you guys were up there. Hold on.
Joe's brain is fried.
No, when you guys were up there.
When you guys were in
it
that,
was
Needs to
freezing on the top of
stretch.
when you
mountain.
guys were in that
Yoga.
scuba lesson, what, Joe? There's no
You guys were
scubaing in
scuba
this.
diving with that.
No, that's
with
the
that
third
band.
installment that we're
With that-
writing at the moment.
Oh, you're
Joe.
right. That's the.
We haven't
that's
made
the
that one
holiday.
yet.
That's the hot holiday.
I'm still trying to find this song. I know I have it here.
Oh
somewhere.
God, send it to her after the show.
Yeah,
man.
just
Don't
make
let me
it-
forget.
I won't. Believe me, I won't.
So no, I think what you mean is we shot that in a driveway.
right.
Yeah.
When you were
right
at the
with
top
full
of the mountain.
ski outfits
Yes.
on,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
which that was incredible because I felt like a marshmallow. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just covered in
Yeah.
layers, but it was really fun to try to get around because we were just at the end of the driveway and I was like, I know this
Looks
is going to look
fantastic.
amazing, green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was me skiing.
Yes, it
Yeah.
Oh,
was.
yeah, of
I'm
course.
a professional
Of
skier,
course.
guys. I'm
Oh
And
my
amazing.
gosh.
you and Matt crushed the skiing.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, our skiing.
Who
was
knew?
incredible.
Well, that's what inspired
The
the, whole
drones-
movie.
It's like
actually.
we're
The drones could
Olympians or
barely keep up with
something.
you. The drones
I know.
could literally
Yeah.
barely keep up with you.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
how
we're
good you
it's
guys
like
were.
we're
So smooth.
Olympians
So
somehow.
smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
and that's not easy to pull off either. I mean, even doing that, we had said that everybody knows that Sam, our
No, the best part is Joe's watching the movie. He's like, wait a minute. Where? He was like, wow, you guys really, that's a location. And Matt's like, no, it's green screen. He's like, wait,
Sam
really?
did that.
You
Green screen?
can't
And Joe's like, who
tell.
did the green screen?
I
And
know, I
Sam raises his hand.
Like
Sam's
Sam,
"I
you're
did
a
it."
genius.
Yeah.
because it looks so good.
Well
I
done,
remember it was
Sam.
a little challenging. Remember because
Oh,
we
yeah.
were trying to figure out the right angle.
Yeah, it
like
was-
facing.
and-
We did it.
Because
We
you
were
were matching
facing
the
the
light
wrong
of the
direction.
plate. Yeah, it was a whole
We're
thing.
like, oh, actually, we need to be facing the other direction. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it was a thing.
yeah.
It's not
we had the
I honestly
skis
was a
on.
little worried about it, but then seeing it,
And we couldn't get the ring to fit,
I
or something
know.
was weird. Like
yeah,
we
it
couldn't
wasn't
get it on my
going right.
finger.
Yeah, but then it
There were a
worked
lot
out
of
really,
obstacles.
really
But it
well.
worked out really
yeah, I
well.
was surprised, and I guess they had to deal with the
Oh,
reflections. on
well, one of that was the
Yes.
first movie too. One of the
Yes.
big things about skiing you don't think about is
Right.
those damn reflective goggles.
Yeah, they're a
Just
lot.
picks up everything. So anything that's a VFX budget.
to
You
be
got to smoke it all out.
Yeah, smoke.
And then the challenge of the spa scene with the
Oh my
cucumbers.
God.
Oh
Do you
my
remember-
gosh,
That
I
was
remember when
hilarious.
you.
Because we would
I
be like in
know.
the middle of
We
it, it
kept
was just like
sliding off.
slide.
Sliding, I remember
Not
that.
to
I was like,
mention-
oh no, we'd make it all the way to the end. You'd have like 2 words left.
Yeah, and then
it would
it would slide off.
And it's like, oh, we lost.
I remember
the
Sam
cucumbers.
telling me.
Not
she was like, you guys, it was a nightmare. You guys
Yeah, we just couldn't
literally
like
couldn't move
couldn't
their
keep them
faces.
on.
Well,
Not
not
them sliding down.
not to mention, do you remember like we were like, oh, we need a spa for this scene. We don't have a spa,
We
so
have a
we
mud
But it
room.
works so
we
well.
chose a mud room and
It
lit it
worked-
and worked
it looks
great.
like a
Steamed it
sauna
up.
or
I know.
something,
I know,
yeah.
it really
It works
worked.
so good in
It's
there.
the
Yeah.
magic of filmmaking. It's really fun to,
Yeah,
to
that
come
was a mud
together.
closet.
Yeah,
It was
literally.
FYI.
It was.
It's where the mud closet is where you hang your coats, take off your skis, like
Yeah.
in the entryway.
Yeah.
And we turned it into a spa.
Yeah.
It worked.
Creative
did.
genius.
I
It
know.
was
It was
creative.
great.
It was.
Really worked
really
well.
was.
All hubbing out of that house we had said before.
So fun, like camp, you know?
It was really neat to film where we were,
Yeah, and in the time of year because
I
we were
know.
filming like into November, so
Yes.
it was actually Christmas time. Because I think a lot of times you film Christmas movies
In
like,
April, and you're like
March,
blowing snow,
April,
or
and
it's
you're like-
or
Oh,
it's
it was freezing.
it's soap, you know? And like,
Several
oh,
nights I would put my
snow.
milk
Just
outside.
suds.
Yeah,
I'd literally put outside my door the milk.
Milk,
It was so
yeah.
cold. It just
I know.
kept cold. I didn't have to
I
go
know.
back to the kitchen.
it's perfect.
Like the creamer
Yeah.
for the coffee in the morning.
And if you got up really early, there were crisp mornings, and usually there was
Deer.
sometimes there was deer, and
Tons of deer.
And it's just added to the magic
so
of
fun.
everything.
And it snowed.
and it
And it
snowed.
did. It
actually
It actually snowed.
Did
Beautiful.
snow.
Yeah, we got
And
lucky.
burrowing hornets.
Well,
had
there
those
were
in the
some
house.
hornets. Yeah.
Those hornets that got in the
Yeah.
house.
Oh,
These
right.
weird winter hornets.
I forgot.
Well, no,
about
it's
that.
as it's going into winter and the freeze is coming, all
They
the
have to
insects
hide.
die, so they
Yeah.
go in. They
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 They have
seek
to hide.
I'll
whatever
never forget.
heat
You're just
they-
trying to survive, Joey.
I'm not a big bug person. All right, I don't mind
Joe,
them.
did
but
you
I'm
have
not
a-
huge
yeah.
bug person?
Joe
So
got-
wait. So Sam and I, we had our little room off. We all had our own little room and
Yeah.
stuff. Sam and I had our little room.
Mhm.
The first night we were in the house, I was like, okay, this is gonna be great. And I'm laying down, and just kind of like the TV's on, and then I literally hear.
Yeah.
I was like,
Was that an
What
F1?
was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was
Tom
F-150.
Cruise was
No, it
flying
was
around.
It was
What
a
the hell?
massive hornet that was in the room.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, yeah, at like 11 o'clock.
What
at
are those
night.
little
So
controlled
No, I remember
airplanes?
there wasn't just one.
No, there
Controlled
were.
That was the
airplanes?
one you found.
Yes.
And then it
Yeah.
became like
Do you remember how many
hundreds
there
of
were?
them.
Yes,
And they were everywhere.
Yeah.
everywhere. You
Yeah.
remember that?
And weren't we worried about Shmi getting bit?
Yes.
For a
Stung?
moment, yeah,
Yeah.
because he's
I mean, Shmi
so
was the star
beautiful.
of the movie. Let's not lie.
He did an
Matt,
amazing
remember when I
job.
told you? Remember when we picked up the
He's so
carpet
cute.
by the front door, and all those there was a ton of hornets dead under there. They had gone to burrow. You
Joe-
remember they were burrowing
Joe's like
underneath the throw
Inspector
carpet.
Clouseau of the Hornets.
I'm not kidding.
But
He's
listen,
walking around.
That brings me to, because he says he doesn't like bugs, the scene in the movie where you guys are going to go fishing, right?
Oh, yeah.
God.
And he's in like impeccable, brand new,
Yes,
camping
yeah.
snow
That's why
attire.
I
Yeah.
always look
It's
impeccable.
hilarious.
Doesn't work.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
God.
It's one of my
ridiculous.
favorite parts. I was like, he looks amazing.
There was
like,
there's
just perfect.
That outfit was so uncomfortable.
there was a
'Cause
line.
Those shoes were attached to those
So
pants.
this is all real.
Oh, really?
So
Like
I,
this-
we put it in the movie because
There's
I was
an-
like, this
hold
is
on.
the
Yeah,
worst
there's an
outfit,
argu- there's
'cause there was no boots.
There's an
but
argument
it worked
that
really
was real.
well,
Yeah,
actually.
it was so
That
ad
works so well for your character, too.
Yeah, but I was really pissed because I was like, hey, we didn't have time to really have an official fitting, so I put those on
Yeah.
the day, as you know, because we were all just running around.
Yeah.
But those boots were attached to those pants, so like there was no room to. I
But
couldn't move
that
my
almost
legs.
makes it funnier because it's like you have no idea how to even walk.
I did
that
not
well.
know how to walk in those things, and then we had to run. We had to run in those things. Yeah, it was not. Fun.
No, I love. That's one of my favorite parts. I think
Yeah.
it's a really, really cute.
Yeah,
I love the brother dynamic
It was great.
and having grandma and mom in there.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
of course.
It's real.
So
It's
special.
definitely
Of course.
real. It's definitely real. We can't deny that or fight it
Mhm.
at times, despite that we try.
And we got to thank you too, because you stepped in and really helped us out. We were in
Well,
when the movie was coming together. We wanted to make it, and we were in the ninth inning, and we needed
with all
somebody.
movies, there's always drama,
well,
casting drama,
changes and
you
things
know.
happened,
Yeah.
and scheduling, and couldn't work out with one actress, and we needed somebody great. And Brooke and I, we did a movie together.
Mhm.
what? Wait, I didn't know that you did.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we did in 2000 and wait, hold on.
I don't remember.
What?
Hold on.
We had another weird.
2011.
It was a fun.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, okay, wait. I have a really funny story. Okay,
Mhm.
so the movie ended
you
up
were a little-
being called Blast Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay, it was like a sci-fi channel movie.
Wait,
Yeah.
with
I
that
got sucked
weird
up
guy with
into
the
an
white hair?
asp. No,
Barry
Barry
Boswick.
Barry Boswick.
Barry
Yeah.
Bostwick was in it.
Barry
You were in
Boswick.
that one? 'Cause I
Yes.
remember you telling me stories about that one. How weird of a movie that
Okay,
was.
so wait.
I didn't know you were in that
This
movie.
is a
I'll tell
funny
you a story
story.
about this,
So it was originally
Bostwick?
called
Yeah.
Blowing Vegas Off the Map.
Yeah.
And we were filming in Indio Springs,
Yep.
right?
We
And as
stayed
we were filming,
at a resort. Oh, we got a story. to tell.
People-
Wait, I came
Wait,
up
wait,
there.
wait.
You know
So
what
it was
just called
called
me?
Blowing Vegas Off the Map. And
Oh,
people
my
started seeing the
goodness.
signs because for cast and crew, like blowing Vegas off the map.
Oh, yeah.
People thought we were filming a porno.
Porn, of course.
Because blowing
Vegas
off.
off the map in
Oh,
Indio
wow.
Springs.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And so they
Makes sense,
ended
yeah.
up changing the name to Blast Vegas.
Yeah.
But I just think that's hilarious. The whole time I'm going around the hotel, making this movie, and
Yeah.
people are probably like, "Oh, there's the porn actress blowing Vegas off the map." I'm
Oh,
like, no,
Vegas
no,
off
no,
the
no, no.
Goodness
map.
Not that
Oh
kind of movie.
My gosh, I didn't realize that. That's
Yeah.
so funny.
We did Stephen Baldwin's podcast. Oh, maybe I shouldn't tell the story because it's not out yet. Well, anyway, I'll tell it.
no, you can tell we did it.
And
It
I
doesn't matter
told a
what it's
story
out
about this movie because I don't know if you know this, but I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think they tried to fire me off that movie a bunch of times because I was playing it like a
Fire
comedy.
you?
Yeah, because I wanted to play like comedy. I thought it was
But
funny.
wasn't it?
No,
Kind of?
apparently not. But this is a.
I mean, my character literally cried at everything. Like I was supposed to just cry at
I got
literally every scene.
I got yelled at a few times because they were like, "You're you're in your own movie, man." And I'm like,
Oh, that was that
That was
one?
that movie."
Oh my
Because it was
God.
like I thought it was supposed to be funny. I was like,
That's
"They
so
can't."
funny.
you
That
know.
movie made no sense because my
You know.
character was supposed to be scared and cry at like every single
I
thing.
know.
They didn't do a good job with the editing to like tell the story of that. So
Yeah.
it just looks ridiculous.
You had really bad emotional problems.
Yeah.
Frankie
It
Muniz
was
was
just
in
an
it.
emotional
Wait,
wreck.
Wait,
Right.
Frankie Muniz was in it
Yeah,
too?
that's what I was about to
Barry
say.
Bostwick and Frankie
So wait,
Muniz?
Yeah, they were the. Yeah.
So
And then
They were like the leads?
they were the two.
I drove
Come
up
on,
there.
is this a joke?
Wait,
I
Andy, is
drove-
that why you were first to die?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I drove
for
up
sure.
there with a buddy of ours to see him one day.
Did?
Yeah, we drove up there, and
Any opportunity to go to Indio Springs, you're on it, huh? Hey, my brother's doing a movie in Indio.
I was
We're
with
gonna head
Brian Fortuna, and
We're building a legend about Brian
decided.
Fortuna.
Brian
Oh,
decided.
he just called me.
I
I,
know,
gotta call him back. He
so
literally just called. I'm gonna call
Oh,
him
that's
back.
so funny.
so Brian decided he was like, "Yeah, let's go up there. He likes to gamble. He's from Jersey, so he's got this.
We've talked about Brian before.
Let's go up and gamble. I'll gamble." I was like, "Well, yeah. I mean, I want to see Andy. I'm not going to do any gambling."
Yeah, but gamble first, right?
So he goes, we get there, he goes right to the tables. And he's gambling. And I'm going, I'm like, I gotta go and I gotta hang out with Andy. That's the reason why I'm
Was this a fully
here.
operating like casino?
yeah.
Oh, it wasn't a
It
band?
was a hotel
Gambling,
in
No,
a
it was
resort.
a real casino
Yeah.
up in Indio.
I
Yeah.
mean, it was fun.
It was supposed to be Vegas, obviously,
Yeah.
but
Right.
They had a hell of a soft serve. I remember that.
He's gambling. I'm hanging out with Andy, right? And I come back and I check on him. He's way up. He's like, man, I'm gonna make the next 5
Let me-
months right here.
Let me press it by. I did not see Brian.
No. Brian never saw Andy. Not
I never
once.
saw
He never
him.
left the table. Now wait.
He came to visit
So I
me.
go,
Never saw him.
I go back, hang out with Andy a little more, go back to Brian, and I know there's a problem because before he's jovial, talking to everybody, getting drinks, and now I come up to the table and all I see is this.
Oh, God,
Oh,
please.
no.
Come on, man. Come on. That's
No.
like the classic
Yeah.
like Vegas
Yeah. Wait.
journey.
No, wait, he had gotten up big, but he was down to his last $100.
Come on.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Now the problem was,
When you get up is when you got to get up
no
from
way.
the table.
Well,
Literally
it's
walk
really
away.
hard. It's really hard
I
to
have
time
a
the top.
way to protect.
Wait, hold on. All right, so finish
yes.
that and then
So
We're
he
gonna
gets
get
really,
the
really
lady out of
upset, and he's like, "You're not gonna believe this. That was my rent for the next 3
Oh,
months."
come on, man.
I swear to
Please.
God,
Come on.
I got $100. If I don't do something with this, man, I'm gonna be out on the street. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, Brian, I'm like, whoa, this is a bad situation, Brian. Like, what are we gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna change it. Watch this. I'm
Oh,
gonna
no.
take this $100. And I'm gonna
I'm gonna win it back.
I'm gonna win it all back. Just wait. And I'm like, okay. He puts the $100. It's gone.
Why are you
He's
laughing?
now got
You're such a jerk.
Yeah.
Why are you
He's now
laughing?
got
Oh.
$0.
Oh, no.
Why are you laughing?
Not only is he
Zero?
I'm laughing because he's laughing, but
To
he's
his
laughing
name.
maniacally.
No
at-
way.
I
To
know.
his name.
No
He's
way.
laughing at
He
it.
gets up.
He's got nothing. He's broke.
No, wait.
I mean, why are you
He
doing
gambled it all away.
He gets
that?
up.
He's
why-
gonna be on the
yeah.
streets.
Man,
Like,
He
what a
gets
story.
up. He gets up.
he wouldn't let you be on the
What a
streets,
terrible
Brian.
story.
He gets up and he walks out into the parking lot. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Brian, are you gonna be okay? I'm kind of following him. And he continues to keep walking.
Nice.
Now he's walking out in the middle of the desert.
Okay.
And I'm following
Okay.
him. We
Where's
walked
this going?
at least 5 miles.
Have you ever seen the movie
straight out in
No
the middle
Country
of the desert?
For old
No
men.
Country for Old Men? Then they walk across and they see all these dead bodies in this pickup truck.
No, wait
and
a
we
minute.
found
This
a
is
briefcase full of
movie. You're
cash.
making it up.
No,
And Javier Bardem gave me a quarter.
it's
and then
pitch black. Pitch black out in the desert. So not even any light.
You saw Rick
pollution.
Moranis and Chevy Chase
Not
out
even
there
any-
in the singing plant.
Not even any
Bush.
light.
Amigos.
Not even any light
It's a good
pollution.
movie.
Yeah, I love that movie.
He sits down. I'm like, okay, well, maybe now I'll be able. Because I'm just walking for an hour, at least hours, right? Finally, he sits down. I sit down next to him. And he looks up and he goes, "God, the moon looks beautiful out here, doesn't it?"
Oh man, please,
To God. He's like, we go through this whole thing.
Matt, please.
We
this is
talk
the worst
about
story, man.
everything you could think of changing his life
It's not a
around.
good story.
The sun starts to
Ugh.
rise. That's how long it is. We watch the sun rise. I'm
Why
like,
do you have to talk
Brian?
like that? The sun.
You know, it's a
You know what it does at this point? Rises. You got it.
it's a new day.
It always does that.
It's a new
It
day,
rises
Brian.
every day.
We're
It's a
gonna-
new dawn.
We're gonna get through it. And he's like, yeah.
So he
I'm
never saw
feeling
Andy.
all
That's
right.
that's
no,
the
you never
moral of the
saw.
story.
And so we got back in the car and drove back to L.A.
Did you see Andy?
I did. I saw
Oh,
you.
okay.
I never
Times.
gambled.
He checked in with me, but Brian, I never saw.
Yeah, we bonded in the gym
Oh
a
yeah,
couple times. Remember?
yeah.
We were working out in the gym.
Yep.
Mm.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody else. We were the only two, I think, working out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, Frankie isn't a. No, weightlifter.
No, he's racing cars now, though.
I know.
He's an official race car driver
Yeah.
now. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah.
Wow, what a story
Oh
about
man, I'll never
Las
forget
Vegas.
that. I'll
Yes.
never forget that.
Now, you said you had a way to. You said you had a
Oh,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
my father
gambling,
like,
walking away from gambling. That was your story,
yeah.
right? Okay,
So
go.
the strategy is right. If let's say you have $100 and you're like, I'm going to gamble with 100. I don't want to lose anymore. Whatever the
Yeah,
number is, right?
Yeah.
And you gamble with it. If you lose it, you got to go. Like you set a limit for
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
However, if you gamble and you're up, let's say $20 and you've got 120, take your 20, put it in your pocket.
Nice.
Still gamble with 100. Every time you're up, you take the money and you put it away.
That's a good idea.
And then
You know what, that's
when
actually
you lose the
badass.
100, you realize, oh shoot, I got
Yeah.
$400 in my pocket. I'm up
Guys.
400. I'm leaving.
We
You
got to
know
go to
what?
Vegas.
You know what I mean? But
You
it's
know
kind of a smart way where you're unless you just lose it all and then But if you're winning, especially blackjack, and
Yes.
it's a really easy way to not be putting all your money in.
Wow.
This is
Hey,
how
that's
I know I have a
really-
problem because I have an overwhelming desire to go gamble right now.
Oh god, you're such an idiot.
I really do.
You and
Like,
Bruno,
doesn't-
you and Bruno Mars?
Does he gamble?
$50 million gambling debt. $50
He's gonna-
million
I know. Why is-
gambling
Hold on,
debt.
he's gonna go
Really?
into another story.
How do you have a $50
And you know what he did?
million
You know what he did?
gambling
And then the
debt?
sun rises.
Yeah, he lost everything. He did
lose
Why are
everything.
you laughing again?
Yeah, Matt's
Why are you
really.
laughing at everybody
Bruno
losing
Mars
everything?
goes on tour.
He's finding a lot
so
of.
he can fund his gambling problem.
He's finding a lot
I'm
of.
dead serious,
How do you
dude.
know this?
Matt's finding a lot
friend
of-
used to live next door to him.
Matt's finding. He lost the house.
Did you see
Why
Matt?
are you? Yeah, I
Did you see
know.
I think he actually did get rid of
Ask
that
me how I
house.
know this. Watch this. He's like, yeah.
How do you know this, Joe?
Friend I knew lived next door to me.
It looks like he's lying. It's like completely-
A friend I knew
lived next door to him.
You know what the sun does in the morning?
It rises.
It rises in the east and it sets. Get this. In the west.
Oh, what you don't say.
Did you know?
don't
Now you know.
So
Now
you
know.
walked 5 miles.
I would say somewhere between 3 and 5.
I don't know, Matt. That's a,
Oh,
Then
it
we
was
were adopted by a tribe in the
made friends with the coyotes.
Deep Navajo.
You know, they
It was
follow me not
crazy.
only in the neighborhood, but they followed me in the desert.
Beautiful desert, actually.
He's
out there.
setting up the story for Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Oh.
Sequel to that.
Yes.
That actually would be
Yeah.
funny.
would be
We were
fun.
gonna. I mean, yeah. Well, I don't know if we should tell everybody, but we can kind of tell. There's like, if we want to do a tropical getaway,
Yeah.
right? And I think it'd be so
Yeah.
fun to start it off. I don't know if this has happened, but like in a perfect world, we'd start it off in the back of a limousine,
with aliens.
right as you both.
No.
yeah.
That's
And the
not-
aliens
That's
attack.
the one thing you can't do.
And we're thinking Harry Ford.
Oh,
I'm just
God.
saying it. We're thinking we're getting Harry Ford. Harrison Ford from
Harry
Aliens.
Ford.
the
Harry,
one, like
Harry
we
Ford.
always said, just
Yeah.
not to digress, but we always said the one thing you can't do with Indiana Jones is put him around aliens.
Yeah,
and
I
they
know.
ruined basically the last
Oh,
two movies
yeah.
by doing either time travel
Yeah.
or aliens.
Aliens.
All the geniuses in Hollywood, like you have all these incredible actual factual stories
Yeah,
you could have
it's
sent
true.
Indiana
Yeah.
Jones on, but they did
Raiders of the
aliens,
Rock.
and everyone was so mad at
Huh.
Crystal Skull, and then they get, we're gonna wait 20 years, and then we're gonna do time travel. It's like
You can't
what?
mess with
No.
the original
No,
Indiana
you
Jones.
I know.
can't.
Like Raiders
Just-
of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Temple of
You
Doom
can't.
Well,
and
there
Last
was.
Crusade.
They just hit
Great.
such.
Dune's
They
so
just
good.
hit such a. We don't have to talk too much about this, but they hit such a perfect middle ground between the fantasy and then grounding it. You know what I mean?
Because
it
the
was-
stories were real.
The thred was so
The
well. It
Covenant,
was woven
They
so
are,
well.
you know, like they were real stories.
And it was just enough to give you like a little bit of mystery and hope and a little bit of
An
a glimpse.
adventure.
And yeah,
It's like-
but it was still
so
such
well
a
done.
grounded movie.
like the Holy
Yeah.
Grail. You
and
know, like
yeah,
real things
it was
based
so
in
cool.
fact and history.
And
but
then
like,
they really
you go to aliens
the
and then
Crystal
time
Skull was
travel.
really
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah, I know. I
Time
don't
travel?
understand
It
that.
was better,
man.
but it still wasn't
Have you
great.
guys seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
He's in that movie.
You are?
Yeah.
Gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, so I posted about the movie on Facebook
One of the
and
best
Instagram,
movies.
right?
Mm.
The trailer and everything. And I had a couple high school people reach out and DM me and be like, oh my God, I had a poster of Matt in my locker. He was my first crush ever. Blah, blah, blah. All like people telling me this. And I'm like, how did I miss this? I missed this. But like, all my, like, they're
That's so
seriously
funny.
blowing me up, being like, Matt was my first crush ever. I had like a huge 8x10 of him in my locker, and
So
like all of a
weird.
sudden I'm like, where was I? Like, how did I how did I miss this whole thing?
You didn't miss much, let me tell you.
No,
It was
Matt
so-
actually.
they're like, you're so lucky.
he tells the
Like,
story.
thanks, guys.
He tells the story of
Like, I know. Don't worry about it. I know.
he told the story about this often that that movie was a movie actually about the family. Right?
Yeah.
I won't let you tell you can tell your own story.
Yeah, no,
And you shot for months.
Yeah,
I
we-
remember you being on set.
4+ months. It was a family comedy. The
months.
road trip, I think, ended in the first act of the movie. So the last 2 acts were him home with the family,
Okay.
and then when they got back to the editing room, they were like, "Yeah, the road trip is where the movie lies." So they went and they shot.
Well, John
Mm.
Candy and Steve Martin in a car. How could
I mean,
you?
it's so
Unbelievable.
good. Such
Yeah.
a great film.
So
I guess
good.
that was like an element of
Like,
the movie.
did you see that? Matt's like, I'm in it. I'm like,
yeah, but
Yeah.
that scene hit me so hard when John Candy.
He says, "I like me. My wife
So,
likes me. Oh my god!"
did you
that
see-
scene.
so good.
Did you see Steve
very
Martin?
rare. Do comedic actors
make you cry?
like can actually floor
Yeah,
you
I know.
on such a deep emotional
Oh my
level?
gosh.
John Candy was one of those.
Oh, yeah.
actors.
I remember we were
Stressed.
crying watching.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I know.
Steve Martin
Incredible.
in the documentary talks about that scene and says that he was crying. He was like really emotional when John Candy read that. In fact, it was he says it was one of the like a staple moment in his career where
Oh, it
a
had
moment
to
on
been.
set really moved him. But that speech was a page and a half,
Wow.
and they cut it down to like
Right.
4 lines.
Yeah.
And Steve Martin said that the page and a half was brilliant. However, those 4 lines were just as brilliant.
That's all you needed.
They're
Yeah.
just-
Yeah.
They hit so
Two
hard.
legends
I know.
together.
John,
Amazing.
I did a movie
Oh.
with John Candy when I was 9 called Summer Rental, and I played his son, and I worked with him for like 13 weeks. Literally, one of the most genuinely nice people.
I bet.
He had his family down there with him, his kids and his wife, the
He was
whole
a great
shoot.
dude.
I mean, just wow, what an
Yeah.
amazing guy. To think he was Andy's age when he did that movie with me
Wow.
is kind of amazing.
I know. That is
It's
wild.
so weird.
Andy's
Really wild.
age. Yes, he was 30. He might even been younger than you. I think he was 35. Believe it or not.
I know.
Yeah, but
really
planes, trains, and
scary.
automobiles, trying to get
Is that-
back in the car, the road trip. It kind of reminds me of Merry Christmas, where
Mm.
you
Yeah.
guys are trying to get back
Yeah.
to the wedding. You're
Correct.
having all kinds of problems. The Tesla's not working. It's just,
It's true.
Yeah.
it's really kind of got a lot of.
It does. It does have a lot of that. And I think when we were putting it together, I think, obviously Christmas Vacation,
Mhm.
all these movies that we grew up with, obviously, you pull from what you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first one was fit the mold of I don't want to say a more stereotypical kind of Christmas rom-com, but that really is what it was. And this one is really more about a family Christmas movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of what separates it. And to me, honestly, it's one of the movies I'm most proud of. Out of any movie that I've made as an actor, or especially as a director, like I really dig. I think we did
Yeah,
a really
I
good
think
job.
It's such
It's
a special.
enjoyable.
Yeah, we
It's
really all-
enjoyable.
we
I
did what
was
we
telling
needed to
Andy,
do.
I was like, if I wasn't in the movie, it would still be one of my favorite Christmas movies. Genuinely, I
it's-
just love
Thank
it.
you.
I think it's just so funny, so good. It's got so much
Cool.
heart, inspiration, just holiday magic.
Yeah,
It's really got the importance of the family.
it does.
And the sibling rivalry, the dynamics of how during holiday times, it can be difficult for people
Sure.
to get back together and
Hey,
like
stresses me
figure
out.
it all
Holidays
out.
stress me out. I love
Yeah.
it. Christmas time is my favorite time of the
It's
year.
like you
but
love it and hate
I'm
it.
so
It's like
stressed.
a love hate thing. It's
Yeah.
like I love being home, but man,
Yeah.
kids are rubbing me
Oh,
right
it's
now.
I mean,
crazy.
yeah.
You throw the whole element of also helping Santa Claus out. I'll say that for all of our young people listeners out there, but that pressure alone.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been through 18 years of that, right? And it's it
You've
adds
eaten a
whole
lot of
nother-
cookies, that means.
It's lots of notes, but
Carrots.
it's- yeah, for Rudy and the boys. But it is that element where you're planning and wrapping and hiding and putting it and then sneaking out and setting up. I mean, it is amazing and so much fun. But wow, is that a pressure cooker on top of just normal holiday stuff? And all the stresses that come from that. But it truly is one of the best.
and
best times of
holidays
the year.
can be lonely for some people,
can be.
and
They
so
can
I
be.
think movies like this really kind of,
I
I
agree.
hope, give you a little bit of like joy and happiness and
Absolutely. It's a
and
pick
kind of-
me up.
We
Yeah.
hope so too. One of the things that I liked about it really is that when I was watching it for the first time through, like one of the first passes, I love the fact that there aren't, although it's got a lot of moments that feel familiar, there aren't a lot of those stereotypical scenes in this one that you see in those movies.
To your point, we actually worked hard to stray away from
Yes.
it. Like we thought, okay,
So, like,
what's the
you don't
normal
end
way?
The movie,
Yeah.
Like the end of our Christmas movie is not around a tree. It's not with the culmination of Christmas morning. It has actually nothing to do with any of that. I love the fact that our movie is kind of like a romantic comedy, family comedy that really lands these moments. And for some reason, you come away feeling like the spirit
It's
of Christmas.
just familiar enough.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
without
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
Christmas specific scenes
Yeah.
that we've seen in every Hallmark movie to
Yeah.
death,
Yes.
and we don't see any of those. And I love
Yeah.
that. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the things I'm most happy about. You don't
Me
see
too.
those, like, all right, it's the
And the
gift,
depression with Seth
Hope
in
you
the
like it.
movie.
No.
It's that
Yeah.
scene,
Mhm.
Anyway.
That
The
whole,
whole element with Seth, I
Seth
think,
depression.
too, and
Oh my
Callie
God. So funny.
is really funny
It
and
is.
great.
yeah.
And you're so emo.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Andy's in his emo phase
Yep.
when we're in the bridal,
Which
I
trying
love.
on the bridal thing, and you're sitting there like
love.
chugging the champagne,
Yes.
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know, with your
So good.
glasses,
So
like
That's
all
right.
hungover.
Yep.
It was just hilarious.
That was so fun too. You and Dash did such a great job in that scene.
Oh, and another great
Oh,
scene. yeah.
Dash is incredible. We should talk about her.
She's fantastic.
because
Yeah.
She played Sasha, bestie, and that girl can act.
She's
like
really,
she'd
really
never
good.
done a movie before.
I
You
know.
would never know that.
I know she didn't want to either, but we made her do it. So,
Yeah, and she was incredible.
I know.
She
She
was.
did.
I mean, we had real tears in that bridal shop, like sharing the
100%.
stuff, and she
Yeah, she crushed it.
We were
Absolutely.
saying
100%
that
crushed
scene
it.
was great. The scene where she even answered the first phone call was great for me.
Oh
So, like,
yeah,
playing
where
the
you guys are
party was
talking.
great.
Yeah.
The spa scene was fantastic. We've spoken about.
Mhm.
I love the scene with you and Sam baking the cookies. That
Oh,
was
that's
also
a great scene.
Yeah.
That's a
That
great
It was such a
scene.
fat. You
Yeah.
guys were so good in that. Like it was
Yeah.
really cool because we're in movies, we're in scenes, right? So like we watch it, and it's okay, but it's really cool to be a part of a movie and produce a movie, and then you watch a scene you're not in, have nothing to do with it, and it's like it's a great friggin' scene. You guys were
Yeah.
fantastic in that.
It was really good.
Thank
It was
you.
lit well. First
Yeah.
of all, looked great,
Looked
shot
great
great.
with Joe
You
Fitzgerald.
and Sam were
Yeah.
fantastic. Fitzgerald
Champion.
shot.
Fitzgerald
it
was
just-
amazing.
Yeah, Joe was great.
Best.
Shout out to
He's
Joe
great.
Fitzgerald. But also
Yeah.
you and Sam were awesome in that. So
Oh,
I love that
thank
scene too.
you.
I
Yeah.
really did love that scene.
Your car stuff was so funny.
Oh
that
my
whole
God, the car trip with all the girls.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Oh my
actually
God.
that was
So
my
good.
favorite scene to shoot.
It was
You
so good.
guys.
because your mom was actually like, "Rrr," and I'm
Yeah.
like, and it was just so funny. And you were in the back with the camera.
Yep,
and
yep.
we were, we were
Yep.
getting it.
Yeah.
It was really
All the
fun.
reactions.
My mom is a dangerous driver. No, she's not. But she doesn't. She's not like real
No,
confident.
I'll say it. Mom's a terrible driver.
Yeah. Okay.
Mom's
She's terrible.
terrible.
Driver. She's
No,
not
it's not that
terrible.
she's terrible,
She's just
it's
not
just-
competent.
She just
Oh,
doesn't
and-
like to drive.
Yeah.
Fernando.
Oh my
I
God.
know.
Great.
What?
I know
Wedding
Diego.
planner.
I know
Diego.
He's
Yeah,
the wedding
Diego.
coordinator.
Who
You know,
played Fernando.
I think I don't know if I might have told this story, but we got this like random audition in the first movie. There was a tree lot scene,
Oh yeah.
and there's a guy like just selling a tree, and it's like 2 lines, and he auditioned for that role and
Wow.
just did this amazing. It was like just an amazing audition, honestly, and so good so that there was a different role that had a little bit more of a comedic part as a waiter, and we were like, he's not right for the tree lot guy, but to see if he'll play the waiter role. He did it, crushed it so much so
Yeah.
that
we
when
made
we
him Fernando.
yeah when we came back
but
for the
he
sequel,
did it. I mean,
yeah we embellished the
when I
part.
was
He's
reading
awesome.
the script, exactly how I imagined Fernando to sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
And it was
Perfect.
so funny. The planning, the wedding planning,
Yes.
the dynamic. That's another great scene from the movie when you don't realize that you need
Oh,
2
the ring.
rings.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
So good.
You did so good.
Yeah.
That was
Thanks.
really, really great.
Both
really great.
those scenes were great.
The
Those scenes
back-to-back
were
mirror.
great.
Yeah,
Yes,
those are good.
Yes.
That was, honestly,
When-
it's a fun. And I don't really like
When-
things that I make myself. This is a good movie.
yeah,
You
it's
should
fun.
love this.
I
It's
do.
really
I do.
amazing.
Yeah.
I do.
I bet
know.
everything you make is amazing.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
we
Yeah.
were. Those
Thanks.
were really funny scenes. The juxtaposition of Matt and you and Sam
Yeah.
and I in those
Yes.
sines with
Oh, yeah.
Fernando. Oh my God, it was funny.
was great.
It was really
Yes,
funny.
the sneezing when
Oh
he
my
starts like
gosh.
Oh,
fake
gosh, yeah, the
sneezing to
cat.
try to like tell you like
Oh.
to tell Austin, you need another
I
ring
love
there.
that.
What are you doing?
And I love when you come back in and offer him the
And I'm like,
tissue.
give him
and
the
he's
tissue,
like, I have
and
a
he's
lot of work to do.
And he goes and I'm just
please."
like
Yeah.
holding the
So
tissue like,
good.
what do we do with this? Okay, I
So
guess
good.
he's off now.
Very funny.
I love the fact too that we didn't have to explain everything. There were elements that you just kind of left up to people to fill in a little bit, like Seth's journey, right, with
Mhm.
his girl. That just we didn't have to telegraph so much. We kind of left people. We were sitting there going like, and I'm sure people have sat there going like, what is going on? And you know what? That's actually good in a movie because so many times today they make so many movies and they really
scared.
underestimate the
Audience,
intellect
yeah.
The
of
audience.
the watcher to be able to
Yeah.
fill in the blanks and actually like playing a really great game. The more you can be involved, it keeps you engaged in the story.
Well,
if you're
dude,
shown
yes.
everything, you get so lazy. You really are a spectator.
You start
But
checking out of it.
exactly.
It's-
But I feel like when you have to engage,
Like-
wait a minute, that doesn't make sense.
like
How did that happen?
You're
Yeah.
you're right. You add investment, and like life, it's not really about the answers. It's about the journey, and it should be that way on a movie. And people are so scared to ask or a question and not present an immediate answer.
know.
And sometimes it's nice to not have the answer, and
No.
whether you get it later or whether you connect the dots yourself or whatever,
And by
it's
the way,
just cool.
it's inferred.
It's exactly.
I
exactly.
mean, people
Yeah.
have.
So you build investment. That I
Yeah.
feel like that
Yeah.
way.
Or
People-
it's fun to like give the answer but not to the character.
Totally.
You know, to give the answer
Totally
to the
right.
audience.
Yeah.
Totally.
Who knows what's going on, and maybe the character doesn't. Either way, it keeps them invested
Totally.
in knowing like what is going on, what decisions are we going to make based off of the knowledge we
Exactly.
do or don't have. Yeah.
Exactly
Couldn't
right.
agree more.
Exactly right. Yeah. So it was, anyway, but it was really cool to part.
What a
to partake.
blast,
It
you know?
was.
Rarely do you have those experiences where you film a movie and you're all cooped up together and time is against you and the budget's against you, but we banded together. The camaraderie was a blessing, and we pulled off something really
There was
special.
not one
We
jerk
did,
on the whole
yeah.
set. Literally.
I know.
And that's honestly really
And if
rare.
there was, we got rid of him.
That's right.
That's right. Buried in the desert somewhere. I mean,
Yes.
Oh yeah,
that part
yeah,
out.
Yes.
exactly.
Took him out.
We drive down to
took
the
him on a long
old-
walk.
The old
Watch the
Indio
sunrise.
Springs.
Yeah. Yep.
So Brian's probably still out there in that desert.
We have to have Brian on the podcast one
I
of
know.
these days because
Apparently
we
we
keep
do.
telling these stories about him. He's got to clear the air.
Oh, gosh. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Oh yeah.
Well, guys,
okay, I'm ready to make another one.
we will.
I know.
go.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. So in a perfect world, and again, I might be giving away too much here, but in a perfect world, if we were to do a third one, I would love it. And again, this is probably not going to happen because
Wait a minute. Why would you put
Wait,
that
why
out there?
would you
First of all-
say
first
that?
of all, whoa.
You should
wait.
actually say, and actually, this is going to happen.
You're gonna upset everybody
the
listening
third
and watching because
one-
they're gonna be devastated if you
Manifest,
say
the
that
bro.
it's
third
not
one,
the third
I believe,
Positivity.
the third one, I believe, will happen.
It will.
But the way I envision it opening in my head might not, because I just feel like budgetary wise, it
And
doesn't
you got to
make the
get out of
most
that train of
sense.
thought too.
No, man. Listen, if we need to blow up that spaceship,
Let me
we
tell
do
you
it.
something.
Okay, well, basically, have you ever seen Independence Day?
Yes.
No, okay. When Jeff Goldblum, so basically, you have a limo, and both couples get in limos simultaneously, and that's how the third movie opens. And the limo drives right to the airport and takes them on their honeymoon, which is to a tropical place. But little do
So
they know,
we booked the same.
but little do they know
Oh
that
my
they
God,
booked the
that's funny.
same honeymoon
Oh my God.
suite at
my
the
God.
at the bed and breakfast resort
again.
on the island.
It's almost like remember that
Yeah.
moment in Home Alone 2 and they're like,
And
remember
it's
when
so
they
bad.
sleep through the
Hold on,
alarm
it
clock,
gets
like,
so
could we-
bad. Wait,
so
it gets,
could we
it's
have
sold
the
out.
opening like
you guys
hold
are
on.
like sleeping on the beach.
Yeah, no, it gets so sold out, and you guys have such a meltdown and a fight that the girls kick you out and share the honeymoon suite, and then Grandma and Seth have to fly out to help salvage the relationships.
Oh my!
And that's what it's about.
Let's do it. I love that.
Can we do the limo
Ah.
scene like the opening of Thomas
Leaving Las
Crown
Vegas?
Affair,
Oh, I'm just kidding.
when he puts the art in one limo and they're like,
We did
follow
a
that
limo
limo,
that
and then there's 13 limos.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah.
They're
Great.
all
Oh yes,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
That was
Hey,
good.
we did it again. I love that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I
Isn't
love
fun?
that.
I know. It's a dream. Maybe. We'll see. I
You
do
said
think a
it the way
third.
I said that.
Or we get in the limo and we all
I
blow
can't
up.
do it. You just
Perfect.
said I know the way I said it.
Combust.
Just give them really something
Combust.
unexpected. Like we just now where do
Yeah.
we go with this movie?
Let me just
Yeah.
start over. then we cut to the limo driver
no.
story.
3
What?
years later.
Yeah.
No, 3 years before. Like why we needed to get blown up.
You just cut to that. You know that stock shot of the limo going off the cliff, like some '70s limo. It doesn't even work. It's like this is what's where did Sam pull this from?
Oh, yeah.
Our tech Sam, not my wife.
Who did
Our
this
tech
green
Sam.
screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Sam raises his hand again.
Sam, whatever you did
Yeah.
in the second one, you literally ruined it in the third one.
Do we have a clip or something we need to watch? Let's can
Yeah.
we,
Yeah,
we
is
need to
that
roll a
possible?
clip.
Let's
Before
roll.
we get out of here, let's watch a clip.
Let's roll a clip.
Oh God! Oh, that darn wasp
Guys.
bite on my face!
What's wrong with you? I'm just trying to be a good brother. Good brother? Really? Does a good brother try to sabotage the other brother's wedding?
You've been trying to sabotage me since I proposed.
Really? Well, you've been trying to sabotage me since the moment you were born.
Enough! What has come over you two? Huh? Since the beginning of this, neither of you have once asked how Liz or I feel.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, honey. Noelle, wait a minute. You and Liz been talking about this? Has she mentioned anything in particular?
Yes, she's been so stressed, and we agreed not to add coal to the fire, so we've been going along with this absurd behavior.
Hope you're proud of yourself, bro. No man should stress his bride out before the wedding.
Austin, I've been stressed too. This is on both of you equally. Our weddings are in 2 weeks. You're gonna reconcile all of the silliness by then. Is that clear?
Yes, babe. Yes. Noelle. And look, I want to apologize again, okay? Because this whole thing, it's gotten out of hand.
Well, I'm happy to hear you say that. It's settled then. You're going on a trip together for your bachelor party.
What? No! 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 I love it.
There you go.
Literally, are treating us like we're children
Yeah.
because we are children. And you know what? The more that I see that, what Andy just said, literally, like Liz and Noelle and Matt's character, Mike, are all getting in that limo together with the
Right?
same. Oh my god.
Or you get in separate. I mean, maybe who knows? You could get in separate limos. You don't know, and you have like each couple like have
Oh,
him, and
that's
then they get
brilliant.
on the plane. They don't
Oh
know,
my
and
god.
when
And
they
then you
check
cut
in,
to the planes.
and they check into the room,
You
and
know,
they're
you do the Indiana Jones thing with like the red.
In
with the
fact,
red-
how good would it be?
Oh my god.
How good would it be if like you go into the room and you don't know, but the other couple is already checked in?
Oh my
So
God.
you think you're like someone's in the shower, and you walk in, and he's in the shower.
Oh my god. That's so.
And you're sudding, and they're sudding, and you're back to back, and then you turn around and meeting in the
Oh
shower.
my god, that is
Yeah.
That'd be
so
funny.
funny.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Guys.
Tom would be like covered in like he'd have
Exactly,
like, a face
yeah.
mask
Yeah,
and, like,
totally.
The whole
The
thing.
Mucin snail. Whatever.
Yeah, and he'd have like the
Mucin
eye
snail mucin.
patches.
For some reason,
and,
a
like,
towel wrapped on your head, which
Well, I
doesn't
have
really
no
make
hair,
any
but I would do it
sense.
anyway, of
Yeah,
course.
Exactly.
The conditioning rinse
Yeah,
because the sun,
yeah.
the
Yes.
UV of the sun. I have to make sure that the permeation of the liquid
Or
is.
you want to blonde your tips.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Like
a
the
little
old-
sun
I can
in
do those
or
streaks and
something,
tips. I'll
yeah.
The old
that.
Sugar
I'll do
Ray
it.
hairdo.
Sugar Ray.
A little sun
just
in,
want
yeah.
that.
It's so fun watching what was written and then seeing,
Yeah.
how it turned out.
Well,
Oh my
again,
God.
we were all much freer in this movie. So, and we, we were provided an environment where we just were able to have fun. And I think
Yeah.
it shows. Even what you did.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody took their their opportunity. You and Sam and Dash and everybody, my mom, everybody took their opportunity to just have a free moment, and not be so regimented. And I feel like when you can really live in the moment and not and have that freedom and it works, it's the best. And that's why this works so well. So
Hey Joe, did you ever see that that Shark Tank episode where Richard Branson throws a mug full of water?
Oh,
at Mark
God.
Cuban.
no, I never saw that. You could want to throw it at me? You throw it at me.
That's such a
Like, he's
random.
maniacally laughing.
I know.
at me.
Matt
think
really gets
Matt's
joy
gotta
out
get
of
back on
people's
his meds.
Matt
Yeah.
gets joy out of people's misfortune, apparently.
Oh my God. He didn't have anything.
I know. Is
It's
it-
my favorite.
Is it Lemony Snicket?
Look
is
at
that
this.
Is that character?
Yeah, he's Lemony
Matt's
Snicket.
Lemony Snicket.
He is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, guys.
Everybody.
That's
know-
it. Merry Christmas. Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
Merry
and
Christmas.
Oh my
Merry
gosh.
and merry.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe
I
it.
can't believe the year is coming to an end.
It
again.
is. It
Wow.
is.
2025 is upon
my
us.
gosh.
Ooh, another
that's
Christmas in
creepy.
the trenches. As they said, Home Alone
Yeah.
too.
Did anyone else think about that when they were kids? Like, where will I be in 2000?
Oh yeah.
Or 2020 or 25?
I
Like,
know.
I'm just
It's
happy to be here. I
insane.
thought I
Honestly.
couldn't see past 2020, which was my 40th. I thought I was just going to be dead.
He was going to get into a limo and
You're doing
evaporate.
well. You're doing
Yeah.
well. You're still here.
Yep.
Matt, you're crushing it.
Crushing it.
Still breathing.
Hopefully, praise God, we got a long life left for all of us, and
And a few
hopefully,
more,
and
a
few more holiday
few more
Christmas
holiday
movie
movies.
installments.
Yes,
'Cause I'm
I
telling you-
absolutely. When I just have to say real quickly, when Andy
Good.
reached out for this movie, I had always wanted to do a Christmas movie. Never had done one.
Really?
Amazing.
Never done
Oh.
one, and I think like I love them. It's so
well, we've
fun.
set the bar
It's so
high.
fun.
Now you're
We
not gonna be able to
did.
do them, but another one.
No,
Yeah,
not just
you're
like
right.
right. We need the good ones.
Exactly.
ones.
Exactly
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Only the best ones.
Yeah, I
I
Directed
can't
by-
believe that. It's well,
Yeah.
we feel honored to be your first Christmas film.
Yeah.
We're
Yes,
so lucky to have you.
absolutely,
You
and
crushed
we're so
it.
glad to be here
Thank
in
you, thank
studio
you,
with
thank
you
you.
today, Brooke.
Seriously.
Truly,
So
truly,
wonderful.
truly. And who knows? If everybody supports this one,
Yeah, check it out. Merry
Yeah,
Christmas
please.
available on all
Christmas.
platforms.
Watch it.
yes,
Watch
watch
it.
it.
watch it,
Watch it. Let us
Give
know
us
what you
good
think.
reviews. Give us the thumbs up.
Yes,
give us 5
please.
stars.
yes,
Please,
yes,
please.
yes.
Yes,
Good
thank
point.
you.
Like and subscribe to our YouTube page, everybody. Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us on the Brotherly Love Pod.
We will see you next week. God bless
Next
everybody.
Happy holidays.
Go check
Happy
out
holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas. Okay,
Yeah.
bye guys. See you later. Hey, what's up, everybody? The
Lawrence brothers are here.
Thank you so much for enjoying this week's episode of the Brotherly Love Pod.
And if you want more of this show, check out our premium feed on Supercast.
That's right, where you'll see ad-free episodes, monthly AMAs, behind-the-scene content, and so much more.
That's brotherlylove.supercast.com to join.
Check out our link tree and subscribe on all platforms.
We'll see you all
Next week.